Boom, we're here. Let me just share it with like the most important thing. Let me put up my own beats.
Oh yeah, I should
People
have sent
actually
you.
like
I should have sent
sorry.
you our anthem.
The one on like the thing you just like mentioned to
No,
me earlier.
no, we've got several songs now. One of them is going to be the kind of like the Web 2 anthem. So we're going to have our own little Spotify as well.
Nice.
Spotify, some games, and all these different things. So full blown into the Web 2 branding. But we've got some songs made up specifically for the concrete jungle.
That's awesome. I mean, like, dude, like, you alluded to like the concrete jungle like quite like a few times, right? And um, let's not like spill the beans like too early because like I would way rather just like close off with that than
Sure,
right.
we've
Ooh,
got
like
time.
we got one of the very best, the John Eichhorn tuning in.
What's up, John?
How are you doing, brother? We had like the most chaotic rogue stream the other day to where John basically got booted out because of he had like some power and connection issues. And I mean, like, it is what it is. Like that's the part with
Yeah,
these live interviews, right?
absolutely.
So dude, like let's as we get into the primates part, like what have you been up to, and like how what are you making of like the NFT space right here right now?
It's wild. It's kind of interesting that we are actually seeing a bit of a resurgence. So you're seeing things like, sure, Mad Lads has gone downhill since there's been a lot of drama around Armani and whether he has pretty much abandoned the NFT side of things and said, hey, they already made their money and we want to focus on other things. But aside from some drama on the Mad Lads side, you're seeing a lot of other NFT projects pumping. I mean, D Gods went back up over 7, and Geckos is well over 7 now, and having some decent volume. But a lot of these projects are actually having some decent 7-day volume, 30-day volume, at least more so than they have in the last couple of years. Yet you're on Tensor right there, which I appreciate. I guess that's one thing we could talk about is the whole Magic Eden side of things, where it seems like they've kind of completely said we're not interested in the NFT stuff anymore. Now they just announced that 75 million towards their, casino side of things, their gambling side of things. But it's interesting. They were the face of NFTs for so long, and I mean they can't even get the floor price on the geckos updated, and there's bugs on everything. If you buy something on Magic Eden, it still appears as listed. Infinite bugs right now from the NFT side of things. But it's a pity. I think a lot of people are moving towards Orbeez and people like Tensor. But for me, at least when I came over from ETH, Magic Eden was it. That was the face of NFTs on Solana. And it's
Oh
really
yeah.
sad seeing, them kind of grow a little apathetic, or at least seemingly so.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I made like a terrible mistake. Boom. I gave a bunch of people like the link to StreamYard. Let's not do that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, let's not go for that, dude. Like I fully agree with you. I think Magic Eden. It's kind of like, just imagine this: like you're driving down a road and like wherever you should go right, they're turning left. Right, like it just does not appear to me like they remotely care. I find it hard to believe because if they would, then why are they acting the way they're acting, right? Like there's nothing being done for, well, incentivizing people to collect. There's nothing being done to like highlight collections, up and comers, blue
Right.
chips, interviews, nothing at all.
Right. They don't even have the desire to fix the glaring issues they have with their own user interface or fix the bugs. I think it's got to be just a business decision that they made. NFT market is down. We're not generating as much revenue from there. We need to pivot and go to the things that are making more money. And the gambling side of things is making a lot more money. So let's shift over there. And even if the NFT people are disappointed, who really cares? It's not like it's making us much money. Which is sad, because I think you can make the argument that right now, with the little momentum that the NFT side of things has gotten the last month, that a push from someone like Magic Eden could help kind of reinvigorate the space and could bring some more attention to what's going on. So, it's kind of chicken before the egg. If they were to help, would we actually be able to bring back the NFT side of things even faster? The ETH NFT side of things seems to have come back quite a bit. So,
yeah, a lot more than Solana, if anything, which is somewhat weird because, or like weird, the market speaks, right? Wait, there we go. I mean, if people enjoy Ethereum more, then so be it. Like, who am I to say like they should or should not be doing something? But like equally, like there's definitely some advantages to using Solana. I enjoy it a lot more. And yet again, I mean, like, can be right, can be wrong. OpenSea is definitely more of like a, flagship for like the product they're actually like exchanging on their exchange.
yeah.
And like it's kind of crazy, right? Like an exchange being so non-vocally, non-bullish on like their premier asset, because to me it just seems like we were gaslit into believing they're actually refocusing on Solana NFTs, which they're not. I mean, like, that's super clear to me, right? It seems to me that they're refocusing on Solana as infrastructure, and NFT collectors are just like their target audience to let them gamble.
Yeah. I mean, we shall see. They've still got a chance to come back, and I think everybody in the NFT space would like what they used to bring to the table, and would love another person in there. But it definitely opens up the opportunity for new projects like Orbeez, and for Tensor that's stuck around and at least has a usable interface, to come in and say, hey, we're going to invest in this, and we're going to concentrate on NFTs and Solana NFTs. And if and when the market comes back and we've got a bull market, right now is the time where new project like that, like Orbeez, has a chance to really take up some market share. And when the bull comes back, leave some of the OGs kind of in the dust, and everybody's going to start to pivot. If money comes back flowing into NFTs, you better believe people like Magic Eden or companies like Magic Eden are going to start jumping back on the bandwagon and begging for everybody to be there and claiming that they're the best. But who knows if they will have already lost some of the street cred, so to speak.
I mean, that's for sure. Brody and Mr. J, how are you guys doing? You're completely right. You're completely on the money. And like, it's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of not like, it's kind of embarrassing how right now they're literally, I got their Twitter up, to where they're posting and boasting about, well, look at like our forever collection, right? On like 12 famous foxes, 10 Solana MBS, Matlats, Utes. But they literally also said that they're not going to continue that program because it does not hold, like it doesn't make any impact. So I'm kind of like, choose one or the other, right? Like if you're gonna like stop like doing one, then you should not be advocating like, hey guys, like once like a few months ago, we bought a bunch of NFTs, transaction costs, which we're never going to sell again. Like if you literally discontinue like a program, then maybe you could, well, keep your fucking mouth shut about that one.
Yeah, it's funny. Hey, what's up, Brody? I see Brody joined the chat as well with John there. Yeah, it's funny because by showing off their wallet, by the way, they showed that for some of these really, really key NFT projects, they listed the ones that they have more of, but they've usually only got, I mean, they've only got one galactic gecko, which is almost criminal, for how OG the geckos are. They've got, a dozen or something like that, DGods. But then you look at Frogana, and I thought that was a joke. Somebody tweeted them about that. And they mentioned they've got like 298 of those. And all of a sudden, I had to double check. So I was like, no, there's no way. They're goofing. And I check, and sure enough, they've got like nearly 300 Froganas, or however you pronounce that, Frogana. And I was like, I wonder if that explains the whole wash trading that's been going on, where every single day they've got, top 10 volume, top 10 sales, even though nobody's ever seen somebody PFP a frog.
Right.
But
I think like that's
not to diss their project. I have no idea about their project. Their owner seems like a nice person on the founder. I don't know if it's a founder or if it's a CTO on social. Seems like a very nice person, but it's nobody has ever been able to answer what the heck's going on with the wash trading that is more obvious than anything. And then you see 300 Froganas in Magic Eden's wallet, and you're like, I wonder, do these two, is there any correlation? Now they're like 23 in the dailies.
You know what? That makes a lot, like, I think it could be like two very separate things, right? I don't necessarily think that a team is the one wash trading their
and I didn't do 10 seconds worth of research to see if their wallet is any of the ones buying and selling and trading. So I'm not trying to accuse. It raised my eyebrows when I saw they have one gecko and 2 of these and 3 of these and then 300 Froganas. That was just really strange.
You're absolutely right there. Like I think something happened because it does not get transacted like half the amount as it did before for whatever reason, right? Like before you had like a lot of like buying and selling from like the same kind of wallets.
Right.
And it just appears that like the volume is just like down.
Yeah, well, volume's down for everybody, but I think a month or 2 ago, it stopped being, it was basically number 3 every single day for a couple of years in the daily volume. And then that stopped a month or 2 ago, and no idea.
Oh, wait. Look at this. Like their account is like done.
Huh?
What happened there?
Go back.
Literally here.
That is weird.
Maybe Frogana HQ. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe they shifted or changed it and forgot to update it within the actual Magic Eden.
But even still, like, it's kind of remarkable, like, how little engagement, like, these guys are having, right? Like,
I can't really see your screen. It looks too small, but yeah.
I mean, like, 2 likes.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. From an original post in February 27th. Shit's getting well. Let's talk. Set those reminders below. 4 likes.
Well, at least they're not botting their Twitter.
Yeah.
They're not paying for
them.
likes there.
Yeah.
What's up, 101?
101, how are you doing, brother? I mean, like,
that's a crazy thing, because the opposite, you could look at the Primates NFT Twitter, and go and look at the Primates NFT Twitter, and you'll see, maybe you could say during the bull market, go to the main profile page of it and look at how many followers that Twitter account has. It's like 130,000.
Dang, that's a lot.
But it's all fake. I don't know how they did that in the beginning, but you look at when we post things, you might have go to that one's old. Yeah, scroll down and just look at any of our tweets. They might have a handful of retweets, a dozen likes, something like that. It's pretty normal. You've got really hardcore community members that engage with things, and the rest of it is just noise on the timeline. Maybe people like the art but don't actually click on it. But we might get 10, 20, 30 likes and, a dozen or so retweets and stuff like that. But you'd think if we have 130,000 followers, we'd be having thousands and thousands. And I know you could say that, hey, during the actual NFT bull, there were a lot more followers. Nah, you can't convince me the majority of these things aren't bots.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Purchased them years ago, and I don't know how to get rid of them.
But you know what though? Like Sensei, it at least like you're not gaslighting people into believing it's anything else, right? And I think like that's kind of like the differentiator there. Like if you're basically, I mean, like on the one hand, like the space is about like transparency, and on the other hand, like it doesn't really seem to be that way, right? I'm seeing Chronic in the audience, and like that's when we gotta watch out with like the transparency talk.
Yeah, and I tell you what, and Mr. J42082 is also on. What's up, dude?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny at the same time, in the same breath. If someone from Magic Eden were to say, hey, you want us to wash trade your stuff for 70 SOL a week, I'd go, well, hey, if you really want to, you don't have to twist my arm.
Oh hell yeah. But yeah, you know what, like I doubt they will, because for whatever reason,
that's not.
I doubt they will, because anything NFT related other than you having a wallet address, it makes them cringe, or at least like that's how it appears to me, is that they don't want to have anything to do with actual NFT trading. However, they seem to really want to do a lot with people who are rocking a Solana based NFT as a profile picture. And I think like that's kind of I mean, like that's my takeaway, right? Wash trading on top, Cat Peterson said. So yeah, we got like a thing going on these days where we have like Jordan Peterson impressions during the
Oh, that's great. Yeah, true. With our Twitter, I like the truth. I like brutally honest transparency. So I would rather see that we've got 5 likes on something, or know that we've got 20 likes on something. That's 20 people that actually cared enough to click a button, rather than seeing 250, like some of these, Bored Ape Yacht Club PFPs that don't even have the NFT, but they are influencers that message founders every day wanting to promote your NFTs. And I'm an NFT influencer with 300,000 followers. And you look at their Twitter account and it's literally just a bot farm, no real engagement. Yeah. Everything is just retweets with 50 AI responses under each thing. It was like, it's all fake. It's all completely a facade. So I'd rather actually see 10 people like the shit we're doing rather than 300 fake robots.
It's true. And I mean, like, I don't think you need to. You just need to put in the work, right? I mean, like, we've been on for like not even 20 minutes, and we got like 44 people tuning in, which is half decent for like not a big account.
Yeah, especially Primates. I mean, we're 0.3 SOL. I mean, so we're not a big deal. We're not a big deal at all. So 44 people is great.
But Sensei, like, I'll tell you guys that much, right? I think like Primates, um I don't think that the floor price really reflects the way like the project is appreciated within the space.
I'm not worried about that. I was saying that kind of in jest, strictly because Web3 is a fickle space, and you mentioned something about people putting in the work, and you have to put in the work. I don't know that that's even the case. There's a lot of NFT founders in Solana that put in so much work, that put in their heart and soul into things. Figure is a good example, building so many tools, and that made his project on Monad with extraordinary art, the Chads. And Monad didn't care. I love the art. I was still buying until Magic Eden actually coincidentally stopped selling any Monad NFTs or stopped allowing you to trade Monad and other stuff. But there are lots of founders all over that work. They put in the work.
Wait. Sorry, I need to intercept there. You're saying Figure, but like I'm pretty sure like that's like one of like the key figures to where like a whole bunch of shit went down recently. Isn't that true with Ethel?
I have no idea. I might have been out of the loop.
Yeah, I mean, like, so, like, this is basically like the TLDR, and like, I'll tell you, one thing, because it's all speculation. The part which is not speculation is like the blockchain transactions, right?
Whoa, what happened?
I mean, like,
yeah, give me the TLDR.
TLDR, Foltz and Chronic were on a debate on the NFT Cat, to where it all started out like, hey,
oh, you're talking about hacks. You're not talking about Figure, or is Figure somehow involved?
Yeah, he's involved. Like, that's
Whoa.
like the whole, yeah. So like that, those are the accusations.
I saw the stuff with Volts.
No, I mean, like, so again.
Oh no, I need to go to the Quality Leering Center, Brody.
I mean, like, guys, like, just so you know, I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just saying.
You're just telling
like,
me what you heard. That's fine. Understood.
Yeah. So what I heard, and like, it's kind of like to the point to where I'm like, well, Fault, like, let's prove them wrong. And so far, I just did not receive any conclusive evidence that it's basically hacks, Ethel, Young Gods, and there's one more, I believe, which all cashed out to like the same wallet address, and which is a Binance address. So like, it's all kind of connected.
Oh, I remember seeing Volts posting about that, like in Hungary or whatever country, or Turkey or something, or Istanbul, wherever he said he was, they all go through the same account. And so that's what he was saying, right?
Oh yeah, that Goblins. That was another one. But like, they're all kind of projects which just went down the shitter, right? So I don't know. Like, I'll tell you this much. Like, I'm still waiting to be like really, because I want to be hopeful and I want to assume good intentions, but equally, I have not been proven to where I'm like, hey, I can confidently say that it's all good in the gang.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I'm gonna shift back, because that was one example, and I'll avoid
Sure.
that example. But there are a lot of builders, I think, in Solana, you could probably say in all the different blockchains, that people put their heart and soul into these NFT projects, trying to build a community, build some stuff. But it's a tough space, and there's so many options, and nobody has the bandwidth at a personal level to be involved with 36 communities. I think we all, just human nature, end up kind of finding our little niche and kind of staying in one or two primary communities, maybe three, maybe a couple more. But the rest are all, we're kind of hoping we win the scratch off and that it goes up. and then we could sell and put that money back into the ones we really like. But people build every day, and what makes some stand out and actually last, what makes those actually resonate with holders in a way that is bigger than just transactional, I'm buying this in hopes to be able to flip it. And so I think there are builders building every single day, and I would see it even during the bull market, where you'd have people on Spaces talking about this tech that they're building. And I'm like, that's great, but we all know in 3 months, Google's going to have that same tech available for free. You're not going to generate revenue on that. And nowadays it's even worse. If you tell me you're building tech, shit, Bob can vibe code that, whatever you just spent 4 months doing. People that learn how to use Claude can vibe code it, in a matter of days, in a matter of hours. So the whole environment has shifted. And I actually don't mind the way it's gone, because it's kind of gone back to a place where, do you really like the art, and do you really like the community? And we're not looking for massive extraction events. Primates, our floor has gone up a little bit, but it's stayed really flat since then. And even the bots haven't been able to knock it down. And it's just, we've got a consistent group. If a lot of liquidity and a lot of volume comes back, it's very easy for these things to spike. But we're not really focusing our attention on trying to get floor price up, so to speak. What we're building is completely outside of that. But yeah, the main thing I was trying to get across there is, it is a little heartbreaking to see some people that are brilliant and they are really developing and putting their heart and soul into things, but it's not something that actually resonates with anybody. And there are examples right now of people that are launching incredible NFT projects, and you just can't stand the art, or you just can't stand something about it, and you don't have any interest in jumping in.
I mean, don't mind me, Brody saying, "Vibe code a fuckboy founder checker bot." It's true. I mean, I'm sure that Bob can, but you know what? I kind of feel like it's, but as with anything in life, you need to be pretty fucking good on all fronts. I think the art should be at the very base of it, to where it's unique at the very least, and you get to rile a bunch of people on who like it, right? I mean, some people might not like Matlat's art, some people might not like Primates art, but it's both very distinguishable, to where a good portion of people could like it. But
good,
I think
two good examples, because I think both of those examples, the art is instantly recognizable.
Yes.
And that's what drew me, going back to the Primates art, that's what drew me to that art. The art really is unique. His kind of cell shading graffiti style, he's not an NFT artist. And these types of projects that have really nice, unique, interesting art, like the Primates, like the Mad Lads, like the Geckos, like the D-Gods, and there's a variety, obviously the Clanos and, DJ Ape Academies, a lot of these OGs, the art really mattered and it was unique. Now, you fast forward to right now, and a lot of these people that Chronic and Brody are mentioning, I would have faded entirely. In fact, I did fade a lot of them, if not for friends pushing me into buying some just to be part of the gang. But the art is literally not even 5-star Fiverr. It's like finding the low bid on Fiverr, some new seller on Fiverr that themselves are outsourcing it to a third world Fiverr version, to like Temu Fiverr to get the art made. And that's what I keep seeing, and people hype it up and they Ponzi the shit out of them, and it's still very predictable. But take me back to the old days where the art actually was neat and unique and impressive. I like the art, man. I'm a freaking nerd. I like collecting these things just like I loved collecting sports cards as a kid, and maybe still do a little bit. And so I like the idea of something that we enjoy. And so many of us, man, it's hard. You can't trade anything. That's metadata issue that we're working on. Ignore that.
Is it any good?
I have no idea. Our rarity is all completely foobar right now because of the metadata stuff. But we've got Chronic that's actually been helping our dev with the How Rare team to try to get it all sorted out. And now we're left with 183 individual primates that need to be manually updated one by one. And then our dev needs to push some buttons to make it so that the lab traits don't screw with the rarity. And hopefully we're good. By the way, how is my audio coming across? Do I still sound like I have a lisp or not?
You sound very seductive and sexy, I would say. No, like you sound great.
Last time I had a fan pointing at me to keep me cool, and I think that messed with the acoustics in my little cave here.
It could have. No, like actually, like I'm not having like any complaints. I see Mr. J for 2082 saying sounds good.
Good, thank you.
Cap Peterson voice. Sound like the monster you want to be.
That's not how Jordan Peterson sounds.
It's exactly like he sounds. So.
It's exactly how he sounds if he were a cat. That makes sense.
Good enough, but like it's just let me have my fun, for crying out loud.
I love it. We could do voices.
We should. No, like on the art aspect, like, you know what? I am seeing like some kind of a rise of shittier projects. I'm just gonna call it like it is. There's many projects which kind of look like it did not really get the care it should have gotten. And equally, I think I had like a different stance on this earlier, but like I'm seeing a lot of like derivative shit popping up, right? And I don't have like that much of an issue with devils right here, right now. People are literally losing their minds on it, but like I'm kind of like, I want to assume good intentions, and if it's good enough to not be a derivative, then it's not, like, who gives a shit? Like, if it's good, it's good. But like I've literally had people, I had someone reaching out to me, literally putting on a DGOT collection of like season 3.33, which is just like, what are you doing? Why?
Oh, wow. Like faking a collection using the season 3.33 art?
Yeah.
Oh,
literally. Yeah.
Yeah, and that happens. I fade all the derivs. I just don't have the patience. I mean, I think you really need to. Heck, I don't even have the patience to monitor these things. I bought like a dozen of those stupid goblins because a mutual friend told me to buy the damn goblins. And then they went up. I suck at selling, so I didn't sell anything. And I don't even follow the Discord. And then I look at it the other day, and it's at like 0.0000007.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened to the goblins and the Discord? I actually got a little bit of cancer from going. I went into the Discord just to check, and I had to close it out because I could feel my balls burning.
I mean, talking about balls burning, you cannot just list this and be like, well, this is a new NFT collection. I mean, like,
that's theft. I mean, that's literally their 3.33, which
right?
I think could have been fantastic. Candy actually tweeted about that art recently, and I made a comment that nobody acknowledged, which is fine. That's how most of my tweets go. But I mentioned that art was spectacular, and it had so many people insanely excited. And then Frank announced that it wouldn't be actually in the metadata, and that they're going to stop working on it, even though there were only like 8 or 9 traits they hadn't done alternatives for that 3.33 version. And as soon as you say it's not going to be in the metadata, everybody's just like, well, all right, so you've got a fun PFP maker. That's it. We are dorks. We, for some reason, want it actually real, and it's not real unless it's in the metadata. You don't own it unless it's within the metadata. So it kind of just fell flat, and everybody enjoyed it, but nobody was actually showing their NFTs. They were showing, look at this cool, X-ray smoking devil angel king thing.
And it looks fucking sick.
Amazing.
I don't get why they never released it. I'm sure they have their reasons.
What they did,
but
you remember, they put it all on the Google Drive so that everybody can access them. I've got them downloaded on my computer to play with. And then what's his name? Awesome guy that did the Whiff. He created the website for them so that you can play with the traits and make your own PFP maker, which was fun. Yeah. But
it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
It's not. But you know what? I think this is what DGOT should be doing. Just send it out. I mean, Candy and Johnny literally have their own company in making this. Pay those MFers. Do it. I think if you're gonna ask about a catalyst for DGOTs to just shoot up to the triple digits, that's it.
Well, you are knowledgeable on DGOTs. You've got one of the holy grail collections, one of the best collections out there. If not the best, I don't know. I'd have to see who else has anything.
It's not the best.
I know Shaggy has an amazing collection as well, but I don't know what they're doing with their money. I look at the royalties that people make. I still have several DGOTs. I bought another one a couple weeks ago, but I don't know what they're doing. Every day I look at the royalties on those things. We're scraping together pennies over here to do what we're doing.
Oh yeah,
and paying out of pocket because we've got some cool plans. But it's funny looking at all these projects, 10, 20 plus projects that are making 5, 10, 20 sold, every week or every month, on the royalties. Good for them. God bless them. That's amazing. Anybody who's sustaining that kind of volume, my hat's off to you.
Having said that though, Sensei, can you just imagine whenever MATLABs went down, right? They must have made so much money.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh gosh, that was amazing just having that kind of volume.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. That's but you know what? We've been in for nearly 4 to 45 minutes. Why don't we just kick it off? Because I am sick and fucking tired of not talking primates.
All right, that's cool.
To me,
we'll get to primates, but Brody just posted "you titties" in the chat, and I just want to say we were talking about derivs, and yesterday in the chronic Nostradamus chronic. I don't know how to do that, but yesterday in the Primates Discord, somebody mentioned the derivs from 2023. If you remember, all these projects were having derivs with big old titties, female versions, and they did what was the DGODs one? Nutties or something? I don't remember.
Two. Okay. They had two. Nudies.
Nudies. Yeah. Nudies.
Eliza actually had great tits.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they had some serious art there, but I can't be bothered with all the derivs. But so back then I remember seeing that, and people were posting the Primates chat when Primates, titty deriv, and
True.
So I went through and 3 years ago in 2023, I guess, I went through and sketched out a primate glitch body with titties in the similar in the same vein as these, and I found it in the Discord last night and I posted it, and then freaking Bob, he posts the wood meme, wood. Oh man, I wish you'd open up the Primates Discord and show the
can actually
titty primate deriv.
Wait, let me. I'm in the Discord. I'm not sure if I have because I only see global chat.
Oh, well, you're a holder, so maybe your
Yeah.
Matrica is bugging.
Wait, let me.
I'm gonna send it to you real quick.
Yeah. I mean, like, we're all nerds here, right? Like, anyone looking tuning in is, I mean, like, they're tuning in for cats, NFTs, and new titties. That's for sure.
All right, check this out, boys.
Oh, geez.
This is the dumbest thing you're gonna see today.
Just look at those things.
This is hand drawn. That's a hand drawn 101.
Did you draw it yourself?
Yeah.
It looks like you got too much time on your hands, my man.
No, I am just not good with my time, apparently. I have very little time, but I don't not work. I'm operating at a very high capacity every single minute that I'm not sleeping, basically. So whether you consider that 10-minute little side quest actually using high capacity mental energy, I don't know, but yeah, that was where I was. Maybe in 2023 I had more time.
Well, I mean, like, those looks like some awesome primal tits. I mean, who knows, right? Like, once primates are at like
No.
respectable levels.
No. No. As soon as Bob said wood, I was like, okay, we need to delete this. We need to delete this from
Bob,
history.
though. Like, Bob is like one of the most degenerate guys out there, right?
Tomorrow you're gonna see Rule 34 of that primate glitch with titties somewhere.
Just wait until she brings her friends, right?
Bob's gonna AI her. She's gonna have her own OnlyFans next week.
It's true. I mean, like, he might just like fight code like your next little game.
Hey, we could totally fund the next 10 years of primates if Bob can vibe code a primate titty with titties OnlyFans.
I mean, like, I'm sure someone is desperate enough to.
Chronic's already max bidding. Chronic's already got his credit card on there.
Chronic. I mean, well, what can I say? That's Chronic for you. Like, what else do we expect? But like, talk to me, Goose.
J-Most, me too, buddy.
What have you guys been cooking?
Well, you know, Primates is evolving, and Fee and I took over the project almost a year ago. And actually, our birthday's coming up. The birthday of when we took over. Don't go there. Go to the link that I sent you. There you go. And yeah, so there we go. That is the brand new look. Those of you that are online right now, this is the first look of our actual Web 2 facing website that is launching today. So it's basically what we've been building is something people want to wear and identify with totally outside of Web 3. We are not building this for Web 3. The NFT holders obviously will be aware of everything that we are doing in Web 2, but from day one, we've known that this art, this style has a place in the world of premium streetwear. It's a very unique look. Ataul has such an incredible style. It's my goal that within the next few months, we have him 100% exclusive working for Primates, and we are getting there. Right now, we have already commissioned, many, I won't give a number, amazing art pieces that we've got plans for. And we're going to be doing a large push into Web 2 with this really premium apparel. So it's kind of a natural evolution. It's where Primates always belonged, but we don't want it to be considered an NFT project that has Web 3 crypto merch. We want it to be a Web 2, totally on its own, premium streetwear, lifestyle apparel brand that Nerds Know also has an NFT project associated with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, like, that's probably smart. I don't think anyone who is into this for like for the style itself would be like, hey, I'm happy that you guys actually have like an NFT. Like, I think like it's a smart way of doing things, because like to Web3 holders, it's good that you have things going on, but like for Web2 people, being like the outside world, if you will, it might be kind of a turnoff, right?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Anything crypto NFT related is a massive turnoff for most normies. But the global sports culture, the global street culture is a huge market. And when we were kind of brainstorming, we've got this amazing artist. We've, Fee is a basketball coach. I played sports growing up, including basketball my whole life, growing up in LA, and, played all the sports. But and I've got family in South America, and grew up watching the World Cup and all these things. And the really cool thing about, you could say urban sports culture, but you could say it's basketball or skate or soccer or football culture, whatever. But courts and skate parks and back streets and just asphalt, it connects everyone around the world. It doesn't matter if you're suburban growing up in an upper middle class playing on your driveway, or you're playing in a ghetto somewhere in the alleyways, or you're in a favela in Brazil kicking a really beat up soccer ball, and you're playing barefoot in the dirt. There is something about playing sports outside on the concrete that kind of brings, or the dirt, that brings the whole world together. And I think it's that sports culture more than anything. And you could expand this, we will down the road to other things. But if you look at it, you've got Michael Jordan brand, and Michael Jordan brand is amazing. Heck, I'm wearing a Jordan shirt right now.
Nice.
So they've got beautiful graphic tees, and they do very well, and they're premium materials, really nicely made. It's very much centered around basketball, and the basketball side of things. And we love the basketball side of things. But there really isn't a streetwear brand that is all-encompassing of all these different sports. And I think there's a tremendous market, especially World Cup around the corner, for this type of art and this type of premium lifestyle brand type of thing that touches on the soccer or football, whatever you want to say it, and the baseball, which, who didn't grow up hitting the ball in the street and, wherever, or in the cul-de-sac, or anywhere, any just decrepit old park, anywhere around the world. We'd go to Bolivia and we'd be literally finding a big stick and playing baseball. Granted, they didn't understand any of the rules. I got frustrated, but it's an interesting thing where we've got the opportunity to take something that we know there's a tremendous market for, and that's premium streetwear, and do it in a way that takes advantage of this extraordinary art, but also brings in the soccer, the skateboarding, the basketball, and tap into all these different groups that all buy premium merch, but you don't have skaters necessarily buying Jordan basketball shirts.
Sure.
You don't have Messi and Ronaldo fans, going and buying, necessarily rocking Jordan shirts or Kobe shirts, whatever. So this is going to be a really cool way to do it. And it works perfectly with our marketing around the concrete jungle. And then you tie in Atao's extraordinary art style. And on top of that, my experience IRL with premium merch. And we coincidentally happen to have a lot of people, and I've been in sales and distribution for the last 15 years of my career. So I understand that aspect very, very well. Then you tie into that, we've got many holders. You want to talk about a community coming together for this. We've got a bunch of holders that already have premium boutique streetwear shops across the country and many internationally that we've already discussed this with, that we're going to be able to sign up and get our merch there. and get some proof of work. So very soon we're going to be having our pre-orders for these for our first drop available to our Web3 fam. And we're going to be also approaching our boutique partners and working with them to get these literally 5 countries, 7 cities in the United States, and have them live in boutique retailers. Well, I'm not going to expose the entire roadmap, but actually we're going to do that pretty soon too. But it's very cool. We're very bullish on the idea. We think it's a really, the art resonates. Every time I look at that slam dunk image, like, I don't get tired of it. And so, and we've got a lot more on the way, but it's going to be fun. So we're doing a totally Web 2 focus thing there. But because we are NFT nerds, we are constantly doing a million things NFT related. And that's going to be a part of everything we do. That's really the center of why we're going to do everything, is for the NFT nerds, which is cool.
So who would you be, like, what brands would you be competing with? Well,
I mean, primarily things like Jordan Brand, which you can't compete with that, companies that have a, $500 million marketing budget each year and stuff like that. And Jordan's brand alone, his name alone is worth more than everything. But in the actual space, competing across the different sports, there's not much. There are a lot of brands like it, but what I would compare it to, Jordan Brand in terms of quality and style and fit, but also Red Bull Brand in terms of how they sponsor athletes and tournaments and sporting events. That is one of our intentions as well. We've already got a list of YouTube influencers that play ball, that are hoopers. Down the road, we've already got a short list of soccer related influencers. And what we're going to be doing is doing a very, Zoomer type of marketing style, where we're going to be having some of these influencers wear our clothes when they're playing hoops in Venice Beach or wherever, Rucker Park.
Nice.
Or in other countries when they're playing soccer, something like that, wearing our clothes. And so it's going to be cool. So, and then we want to eventually be sponsoring some of these smaller tournaments and working our way up, and even local teams. We've even got a couple college teams and not G League, whatever's below G League teams that we're speaking to about sponsorships down the road. So it's cool. We're actually quite developed in our little marketing plan for how we're going to go about doing everything.
I'm talking about this, like, I cannot
Brody,
help.
that's amazing. Yes, sir. When we get to the skating,
I cannot
absolutely.
help but to think of Kais from OK, who are actually, like, fixing these basketball courts, etc., right? It's I think it's a great vertical. I do.
Yeah, and I do love that. I've watched their videos. I absolutely loved what they were doing, painting up the skate parks. Yeah, and they actually did a tremendous job with getting the OK Bears into high-end retailers a few years ago. Our big differentiator is going to be focusing our art in, across the whole spectrum of streetwear culture and street sports that people play on concrete across the world. And so we're going to be doing that, and we're not going to go big retailer right away. We're going to focus on handpicking our boutique retailers and try to help them out as well, and bring them some attention all over the place. And we've got a fun little program that we're going to be running with our kind of independent distribution chain that we're going to be working with.
Nice. When do you expect, like, all of this to be rolling out? Or is that part of the things you cannot talk about?
Well, we can. I mean, there's no some of the specifics on dates we won't get into, because we're not sure 100% until there's contract signed. But
sure,
we have everything in place, and we've got our own plan, and then we've got our own roadmap. And I guess we can move into that, because that's all, we've got it all laid out. So we actually do have very, very good ideas of when every next step is taking place. right now, today on your show, we are going to be revealing our first launch for the NFT side. And if you could pull up that website for basketball month. So
this one?
Check your Discord. Yes. So this that should say that it starts today, right? What's the countdown show?
It says 6 days, like it says a week from now.
All right. Well, that's a glitch. It was supposed to start right when we started this stream. But yeah, it's very cool. And yeah, what's up? What's up, BRS? Yeah, so like I said, everything we do, we are still NFT nerds. Everything we're going to be doing is for Primates, for our NFT. And our community is amazing. The vibes, the energy the last couple months has been just incredible. So we are always doing stuff with them in mind. And they're really easy to please. Our community is happy just with cool art and hanging out. Anything we deliver, they're thrilled. But we wanted to, since the first drop of merch, our first collection is going to be basketball related. So you could see some of the art right here, you know, the gargoyle, you know, because ball don't sleep. And, you know, people play basketball at night under the big lamps. And so that's going to be one of our art designs. But we wanted to tie this in. It's also good timing because the NBA is having its postseason. As unwatchable as I think the modern NBA is with the traveling and the flopping, it still coincides with this month. So we are launching basketball month. You may have seen we dropped, me too, BRS. You may have seen we dropped Concrete King. That's one little glimpse of what we were talking about in terms of, or no, I didn't even mention the arcade side of things and the game side of things. But it's basketball related. Our first game is basketball related. Can you go to concreteking.io? All right, you're already there.
Oh yeah.
So
let
this
me
is the first
let me put up the music.
Yeah. So that is the #1 selling cheap basketball hoop that anybody could buy at Academy for like $120 on most driveways in the country, at least in the U.S.
Felt it, bounce back, late nights, no crowd, still loud right now.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
cross him up, he done quick, no lights.
Yeah, this has been stuck in my head and in Bob's head for 3 weeks now. We made an arcade. I put together this song and lyrics for a main song, and then we tweaked it and used Suno and made it. This one took me like 19 attempts to get one that came across as arcade style, and it's actually pretty awesome. The game is really cool. It takes you from a driveway to a night court all the way up to Venice Beach, and finally you're in the NBA or the Pro League, and it gets harder, and it's got the stuff like NBA Jam where you're heating up, you're on fire, you could airball, you could splash it, bonuses for consistent gameplay. And this is going to be on the Web2 website as well. There's no mention of NFTs. The Apple rules actually don't allow you to have any benefits for NFT holders. However, down the road, we will have visual changes and cosmetics for NFT holders within these. So you might have some exclusive abilities. But right now, we are going to be having, this is going to be daily, weekly, and all-time leaderboards. And if you go to back to the basketball month, and this is available, you can play it on your phone right now. It's not in the App Store yet. It will be later, but right now it's on mobile or on your computer. And it's percentages. So if you're in the red, depending on how far out in the red you are, you've got less than a 20% chance to make it. If you're in the yellow, you've got like a 15 to 25% chance to, or no, you've got like a 30 to 40% chance to make it. And if you're in the green, it's guaranteed. Now you're on the street.
Oh shit, I leveled up.
Yeah, and all of the art, minus the backgrounds, is actually made by our artist, including the text,
Right.
including the ball, the fire effects, all that stuff. So even people who don't know, it's all got the NFT influence behind it. And then we're actually taking some of the art from this and going to be using it in some special edition NFTs that we're going to be talking about here pretty soon. So you can't miss 3 in a row, otherwise you're out. Okay. You could either get 6 bricks, or if you miss 3 in a row and you're out. And it gets progressively, you need more points each time to get to the next level. So it's going to be cool. And then we've got some prizes for people that have daily or weekly. And we could discuss that when we go back to that website. Nice.
I mean,
Hey,
like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's pretty fucking addictive.
It is very addictive, and it's a lot of fun. So here's the rooftop one. After this is Venice Beach, and then you're in the Pro League. But it actually gets really cool, especially when you're with the music and you're, getting consistent, you're on fire. It's a lot of fun. Let's see where you go. Yeah, Brody got to 760. That's great, man. That's great. My high score was in the 930s, and I didn't think anybody would get there. And Bob has experience with the mid games, and he says, set the first goal for 1,000. And I think it took 2 days. And then all of a sudden, right now, you look at our leaderboard, we've got 3 people that have scored over 1,000. Yeah, good. You've got to get it. Here, the problem is, if you can stay on fire into the final level, then you could rack up a high score. However, if you lose your on fire when you're at the see, now it's going to get smaller, and it's going to get a lot harder, and the speed is faster. So you really need to focus and keep that on fire going into the final level. Here you go. You're almost there. If you get 7 in a row, you get on fire. Oh, man. You just barely missed it. Didn't make it. Click on leaderboard.
Let's see.
So for our Primates fam that are on, you might not know. Yeah, my all-time best streak is 71, I think. But okay, I'm not sure why the leaderboard's not popping up, but it should have the all-time one and then the daily and the weekly. We were testing it last night and everything was up. I'm not sure where it is right now, but we'll have Bob look into it. Let's see, try it again. Click on leaderboard again. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But we had it up, and we are, as of today, going to have daily and weekly leaderboards. And we are going to randomize 7 winners from the next, for the next month. If you want to go back to the basketball month website.
There you go.
Yep, scroll down. So now you can see the first primate is the Hustler. Custom, one-of-a-kind NFT that's going to be awarded, and you can see what that one is for. And I don't know if you followed many movies, but some people might recognize that as inspired by Sydney's character in White Men Can't Jump, one of the original world-renowned, street ball kind of movies. And so what we're doing is we're taking that idea and kind of crossing it over with the concept of sports cards and trading basketball cards and football cards and the different refractor styles. And so this is a Blue Wave Refractor Primates Chrome, and it's a one-of-a-kind within the collection. So like Primorcs and Artemis Primates, these are going to be an exclusive category within Primates that may have some additional merch utility when it comes to basketball themed apparel and stuff like that. Additionally, we're going to have a Concrete King trait jersey within the collection. And for some of these daily winners, if you want to back out of there and scroll down. So the Concrete King contest, that one's the first one. That one's going to go all month. And it's going to end, I believe, you can confirm. Does that say through June 8th?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So we're going to have the high score for the entire month is through June 8th is going to get one of these special primates, and I believe that's the Hustler. And then we're going to have bonuses where we're going to have 7 daily winners, and I'm going to randomize today, so we're going to know exactly which day the daily leaderboard winner, as of I think it's midnight Eastern Standard Time, is going to get a primate jersey trait added to one of their primates. So they're going to have 10. We're going to have 10 total Concrete King basketball traits. And the weekly winners are going to have one airdrop to them. That's a primate with a Concrete King jersey on them. So we're going to have some cool, we're going to have some cool stuff around there. And this is our kickoff giveaway. So the kickoff giveaway, nobody needs to do anything for it. If you have a passport, you're already in. And we're going to do a snapshot. Anybody who set up their Primates passport is automatically entered. And the passport is kind of going to be the central mechanism to everything that we're building in our roadmap. Concrete King's leaderboard is already visible within your passport account. And it's kind of, you sign in with your Phantom wallet or whatever, and it shows your collection. You could put where you are on the map, and so you could see where all the different primates people are, which is going to help us coordinate IRL events and meetups. But also you earn badges from different things, and it's going to tie into a lot of other stuff that I can't disclose of what we are doing in the future. So the first giveaway we're going to have is literally just going to be set up your Primates passport, and you're entered. Nice.
Gotcha.
Mr. J420, you've already got yours. Cool. The rest, we can't reveal everything, but this is going to be basketball month. We called it the postseason. And every single week, we're going to launch something new on this website for holders, another giveaway, and we're going to reveal another exclusive, very limited edition refractor version of a primate that we're going to be giving away.
I mean, like, holy shit! Like, Bob wasn't lying when he said that you guys have like something cool coming out. So, like, here's like a very logical question, right? Like, this is basketball month. This is not like the only sport you're covering. Is there going to be more months in the time ahead?
There are going to be more months in the times ahead. Yes.
Sick.
Yes, and they're gonna be covering a lot of different things, and we don't want to have the same types of contests every time. We've kind of been chatting in the Discord about how people like to engage, and we're going to try within these 5 different giveaways this month to tap into everything, so that, obviously 1 is playing the game, 2 is just having a passport. We might have other mechanisms where people can, get engaged in different ways. And yes, future months with different art and different goals are definitely going to be on the, on the horizon. There's some stuff happening in June. I don't remember what happens in June, but some sporting event type stuff happens then too. And June also happens to be our 4-year anniversary of Primates. So we might be celebrating our birthday in some cool way, which is cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I mean, like, while we're at it, like, don't mind me just like playing another game. Like, I actually like had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually was shocked, and I was telling Bob he worked really hard to make this so that we were testing it on both the computer and the phone. And there are some games that are really frustrating on mobile, and you have to play them on the computer. And there are others that if you're on the computer, you're at a severe disadvantage. So we worked with this and tweaked it and tried to make it so that the pressing works, and, it's on the release, and how to do it, whether you're doing it on the, mouse, or whether you're doing it on your iPhone, so that there's no massive disadvantage to one or advantage to the other. And so I love it. I got in trouble. I literally got in trouble a few nights ago because I had to go to the bathroom, and I was supposed to be reading my kids bedtime stories, and I may have got distracted playing this. And I was like, of course I want to read them stories. I just lost track of time on the crapper.
But like it's I mean, like it's fun, right? Like there's nothing to lose here, and it's very addicting, man. Like I'm having a good time for sure.
And you're not even listening to the music too, man. You play a couple games with music on, this thing will get stuck in your head.
Wait, like I won't be able to
don't worry about it. Yeah, it'll be
get,
annoying on stream.
Last thing, let me turn it on.
No, that's okay. I mean, it might cause it to lag or something.
Deep breath, hand steady up.
There we go.
Still waiting. One shot, don't waste it. Cutlass, seen that, felt it, bounce back, late nights, nope, crowd still loud right now. Concrete King, I run this, cross him up, he done quick, no lights, just buckets, nah, shine, can't touch this. Concrete King, I rise up from the curb, keep heating up, anytime, no, freeze up, I've been ready, I'm wired up. Fast break, take off, one move, shake off, steal that, push pace, 2 steps, no trace, big lights, locked in, crowd loud, top 10, same kids, still me, now they see.
Get ready to next level!
So really tried to go in on the whole 90s arcade NBA Jam type of vibe. Obviously, you can see that in the audio cues and the terminology that's used. Here it's cool. We've got different sound effects for the chain net. But it's cool. We put a lot into the little details, and it's a simple game. I wanted it to be something very simple that anybody can pick up and play, but that it's also got a lot of replayability, and because it's so hard to get those really high scores, we don't want it to be where, oh, okay, I forgot. So he set the leaderboard to restart right during our stream. So right now, when it was blank for you,
gotcha.
it's because we didn't have any scores yet. That's why.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like it's a fun game for sure. Easy to like.
And we want there to be reasons for people to play daily and weekly and monthly and not be bummed out. Dude, nobody's gonna get to Moggy's 1100 score, so I'm gonna quit playing because I know I can't beat it. Now there's gonna be some incentives randomly, and for people getting the daily high scores. And I think, I didn't share that, but we're also going to have a exclusive shirt with the Concrete King logo on it, distressed black shirt with our patch on the bottom and all that stuff. That's going to go exclusively to people that are winning some Concrete King related contests. And we're going to have some more NFT integration and stuff like that in the future, which is cool. So there's a lot of growth we could do there. We've got multiple games already outlined for different things that we're doing in the future. So basically every time we have a new kind of season or a new concentration, a new sport or drop from the apparel side, we want it to have, the Spotify side with the music, some gaming aspect, new art, and new apparel. So it should be a fun ride for everybody.
I mean, like, you got to respect the grind, man. I mean, like, you guys are killing it, right? Like, especially when many NFT founders, I think, like, they could be doing a whole lot more. I'm not gonna lie, but like, it seems like you guys are firing on all cylinders.
Well, we got lucky and hit the jackpot in getting to know Bob, Super Bob, as he is in our Discord, but got to meet him in Mids. And he's doing so many amazing things to support Medievals and the Orcs and the Horde, which is my favorite project in the NFT space right now, hands down. And so I love Mids. I love what Johnny and Candy are doing and everything they do. And Bob just volunteered his time helping. And he started learning how to do his vibe coding and got to know him doing a collaboration with the Primates. And he loved it. And he has, basically volunteered to help in so many different ways, where for the last year, a lot of these ideas and a lot of things that I wanted to do, like the website, the gorgeous website that Bob helped us create, that's going live today, and we'll tweet out the URL and all of that. It's and by the way, the name for the website, which is we have to do the DNS name server changes, but it's going to be primates.global. Right now, we have it on a Vercel side, but everything is Primates Global. So we're creating a Web2 brand. We've got the Twitter, Primates Global. We have the LLC, Primates Global. Everything's going to be under the Primates Global umbrella, and we're going to keep this Twitter separate as strictly for the NFT stuff. But I've had the idea for this website, which I have to have a website before I can be approaching Web2 IRL companies, right? You don't have any legitimacy in the world if you don't have a professional website. And so I've been waiting and getting quotes and working with devs and looking at Fiverr for people to do the websites. And you want something really nice, but people that are going to make something really nice want to charge thousands of dollars. And you go on Fiverr and find something cheap, and they still want $700-800, and
Oh yeah.
3 weeks to do it. And then Bob comes in and we work together, and he's got something made. And oh, I love that, man. That slam dunk is the first art piece that we commissioned kind of as a proof of concept, paid out of pocket, to say, I think this art would look unbelievable in a basketball type of graphic tee. And he made us this, and I sent him the concept. And it's just so amazing. Every time I look at it, it just blows my mind, that art piece. But yeah, we got lucky. Sorry, I go ADD and bounce around everywhere. But
Yeah, no worries.
since Bob's been able to help, we've been able to do some things in the last month or two that we haven't been able to push across, that we've been having to bootstrap it and wait and save up $1,000 or $2,000 here and there, and pay for this and pay for that, and do little one step at a time. And I think you're going to see a massive acceleration in what we're able to deliver now, simply because people say community, community, community. Well, you look at what we're doing right now. You've got Chronic that's helping us with our metadata, just volunteered. He has connections. He's putting our dev with people, our lab dev, with the How Rare team to help get metadata stuff fixed. Nobody asked him. Nobody went to him begging him for help. He just volunteered to help. Bob is helping literally every day with stuff for primates and mids. And I have told him, dude, you do not owe us anything. You do not need to be spending so much time. And he's just happy to do it. BRS he's in there. He holds more primates than anybody, twice as many as the second person, which is me. And he has volunteered to be our head mod and head everything on the Discord for the last 3 years. Honestly, he's been,
That's sick.
a volunteer mod. I had no idea. I asked him early on. I was like, so how much is Primal paying you? Because we don't have any money, and I want to know how much I need just to be able to keep you. He's like, no, dude, I've been doing this for free for years. I was like, okay, I can afford that. We can. No, but we owe BRS, and we owe so many members within the community so much. But it's going to be cool kind of creating this brand and pushing it into Web 2, which I think we have a high potential for success, given the expertise that many of us have in our respective fields to make this happen. But it wouldn't be able to happen if we didn't have all these people within the community volunteering to do awesome things. And so, yeah, I'm very, very thankful to Bob. None of this would be possible. None of this launching these websites would be possible without Bob right now, the game and all of that. So he truly is Super Bob. Love you too, BRS. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I think well, first off,
Look at that.
shout out to Bob, shout out to Chronic. But
Yep.
if you would I don't think stuff like this would happen in Web 2, like in real life, right? Like this
true,
only
it's
happens
tough.
in Web 3, and it's so interesting. Like it all comes down to like community and like amazing community members, and God willingly so, if we be back at some point in time in life, I can only imagine what that would mean to, well, personal growth, etc., etc. But like it's really interesting, right? Because like this might be NFTs, might be Web3, might be Solana, but people care enough to just like fucking work at
Yeah,
the end of
you're right. And, I've had that conversation with Bob. And the cool thing is, while the NFT market has completely died, the people that are still here, it's our hobby. You buy
yeah.
baseball cards knowing you're going to lose money on a hobby box every time. You buy it because you enjoy busting the pack open. That's why we do mints. You like collecting. You like being able to trade. You like having the status of having something that's rare that other people want. It's fun. And being in the community is fun. And goofing around with people in the Discords is fun. So people will continue to spend money within their hobbies. But I've told Bob, I'm like, some of these things, I feel bad asking your help building something when right now, we're not going to have more than a couple hundred people do it. It's not something that generates revenue. And, like the passport, which you didn't open up the passport, and that's fine because you'd have to log into your Phantom wallet. But the passport, it doesn't cost anything for anybody to use it. It's going to be a centralized thing. But all of these things we are building, Bob had some really good, wisdom, but he said, right now, none of these things might create a lot of value. But if the bull market ever comes back to NFTs, and it could, you never know when it happens. And some of the ETH stuff may be suggesting that some of it comes back someday soon. You're going to have all of these things ready to go while a lot of other projects have sat and just done nothing and said market conditions suck and we're just going to sit here and do nothing. All the money we made from Mint has dried up. We're not going to spend money out of our pockets. I paid for that. This art piece that you're looking at there, I paid for that 100% out of my pocket, and it's worth it. It's extraordinary. But we're building for a lot of stuff that is going to be NFT resistant. So the whole branding that we're doing for this on the Web 2 side is totally independent of NFTs. Whether we don't sell another NFT this year, doesn't matter. We're going to be moving forward with what we're doing on the Web 2 side. And I have confidence that Web 3 degens are so thirsty that any modicum of success on the Web 2 side will end up fixing anything or bringing new people into the NFT side. And we're not ever abandoning the NFT side. So we're going to continue bringing more traits and adding more functionality to the lab and more stuff like that. But I think we're in a great position. And I think it's actually fun, really fun, building in just the depths, the darkest parts of the bear market, because expectations are so low, you really can't disappoint anybody. And you kind of build a community of people that are there because it's their hobby. And it's really fun hanging out with people who are hanging out because it's their hobby, that are not there for any expectation or to extract anything. So we're having a blast.
I mean, like, you're stuck with like the hardest of hardcores right now, right?
Yeah.
And I think like that's the beauty of things, really. I think I'm not sure like what it would take for someone to be even more disappointed within the market, because like we've already experienced that. I mean, like, hell, like, look, referring back to our earlier conversation on Magic Eden, I'm sure that like if Magic Eden would basically slip over banana peel and be like, "Hey, guys, we're gonna do better," anyone and their mom would rather move on than hold a grudge against
And
these
that's
guys,
right.
right? And I think we got to do it with each other at the end of the day, right? And it's great to see that, like, community wise, we're at a great spot. I think you're completely right. At the very least, I don't think you're losing anything on, well, chasing this. And honestly, I think it's great expansion of what the NFT stands for. I think it's great expansion of the brand. Um, it might help even the brand, right? Because like, if I mean, I don't even need to be like a primate holder for like enjoying this art and potentially buying some of this.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, you mentioned we've got so many hardcore people. Um, the one sucky thing about that is there were some metrics like a year ago, BRS, you would remember that there were some metrics, and somebody posted a spreadsheet of data they pulled probably off Magic Eden or somewhere, where it showed the percentage of holders, how many they hold. Like, it was a diamond hand analysis. And Primates was like in the top 2 or 3 out of all the NFT projects. And
Oh,
it
really?
showed, yeah, we need to find that. We need to find that. I know I retweeted it. I need to go back and find it. It's probably in our Discord somewhere. I don't remember the exact numbers. Yeah, that one. BRS top holders was 0 listed. There was some more analysis than just that, but it showed like the top holders, and I'm going to be completely butchering the data, but we had like the top 30 holders holding like 20% of the collection with 0 listed. Some absurd statistic. And that is awesome, and it's something to brag about. But then you get a lot of new people in, and every day, right now in the trade chat in Primates this morning, you've got people asking for Grail traits because literally none are listed. Or if they are, it's some stupid amount that nobody's going to pay. And I've had to go in and into some of the whale chats and ask people, please open up your hearts and list a few. I'm not asking you to give them away, but list a few of your more special traits, because there's no arcades listed. There's like 1 spray paint can listed under 10 soul. Like there's rarely a spacesuit listed, under
Sure.
5 to 10 soul. I'm like, people want grails. We're getting new members in the community that want to have a status symbol they can PFP, even if it's only in the Discord. Yet none of them are available for sale. So please go through and everybody list 1 or 2, just to have some options. Don't put them for some outrageous prices. Don't give them away either. But we need to have some of these traits available for sale. And it's just so hard because the hardcore holders that we do have dominate a giant chunk of the supply and are all share the same mental illness that I share, where they never list anything and they don't want to trade anything and they want to hold on because they're dumb. Like
I
me.
mean, well,
It's a collectible, right? We like collecting.
it's true. I mean, like, I think that then the offer is just not good enough. Just being real.
Yeah, and we are unrealistic in our expectations. Like I have some spray paint cans. I have some of my NFTs that I was talking with Fee, and I wouldn't sell. And then we say, well, there's a number for everything. I'm like, yeah, the number for me to sell this would be so stupidly unrealistic. 0% of people would pay it. Like I've got some that I would sell, but not for less than 25, 30 soul. Is it worth 25, 30
Okay, yeah,
souls?
that's
No,
kind of unrealistic.
it's worth 2 or 3 soul. Is it worth 20?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I'm not willing to take 10 soul or 15 soul for it because I like it and I don't want anybody else to have it. So I recognize it's absurdly unrealistic, but I don't want to
Shall
trade
we
them.
go through some of those traits which are just like being held hostage by diamond hands?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to are you guys on Orbis?
Yeah, we're on Orbis now. How does it pronounce? Is it pronounced Orbis?
I have no fucking clue. I think
Okay,
Orbis.
good. Well, I don't want to butcher the
No,
pronunciation.
it
But yeah,
is what it
we
is.
got on Orbis thanks to Chronic King as well. So his connection, and he got us on there. We actually haven't promoted it yet because I mentioned we would promote it, and I was told, hey, it's not live yet, so they're not seeking. I think you passed it up. I think I saw it.
Ah, there you go.
Hey, there we are. All right. Search head traits for spray paint can. What's the cheapest one listed?
3.75.
Oh, that's not bad. I might yeah, that's cool. That's a good price. What's the next one? Does that next one have a cyber jacket?
Let me see.
Cyber zip up? Oh yeah, that's the cyber zip up. So that's got to be a really rare one. That's got to be one of the rarest. Look up now. Search by cyber zip up. The clothing trait.
Wait,
that one.
What the fuck? How does this? Oh, I was slightly confused because like their link took me to Magic Eden. What you want me to check?
Check the clothing trait. Just search cyber. I believe it's cyber zip up. And delete the spray paint can.
Let me see. Fuck, I need to just clear
the selection. Yeah, I'm not totally familiar with the user interface here.
No.
Right above them, I think. Let's see.
Wait, there you go. Boom.
Now just do the cyber zip up. Nope. Oh yeah, that's cyber zip ups. So what's the floor price on cyber zip ups?
It's the same. It's 4.6. It's the same
That's
one.
See, nobody sells cyber zip ups. Nobody sells spray paint cans. That's a pretty unique combination one there. But it's and what was that one listed at? 3, you said? Because if that's for 3, I'm gonna.
4.6.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. So you could check spacesuits and arcades. Check spacesuits and arcades. Arcade is a head trait.
Arcade.
Yep. What's the floor price on that?
3.2.
Yeah. So only one listed within even close to a even
Yeah.
remotely a reasonable price. And then how about spacesuits?
If I'm correct, if I remember correctly, Degen Founder is big into spacesuits.
Yeah, he founded Spacesuit DAO, our original the original real sub community within Primates, and we did ordinals drops and we did a lot of cool stuff together and tied that into rogues. And when I did the Artemis mission traits, the
Mm,
custom commissioned art, we included the rogue spacesuit holders in that kind of as a way to give back to Degen Founder and his community. What is the floor price on the spacesuit?
5 Sol.
Yeah. Okay. See, so there are some of these traits that a lot of people want, and nobody's willing to sell them for any reasonable amount of money. You could knock 2 soul off any of these, and they'll sell instantly, but nobody wants to do it because nobody wants to give up their rare primates. So you've got a lot of people in the trade chat and in the Discord, new people that have come in the last month. What's up, Coach V? That are wanting to buy some of these grails, and nobody's willing to trade or sell them. So it's a little bit frustrating, but uh, that's what happens.
I
It's
think
like,
it's great. I think it's great. I'll tell you why. Because like you need like this kind of mythical, kind of unobtained, like you don't want people to just simply attain it, right? Because what's going to happen is like, let's say hypothetically, right? Price is going to rise to let's say 1 Solana. If the floor price would actually rise to 1 Solana, a lot of these trades would actually be cheaper in hindsight, and they would, like ratio wise, and they would actually sell. So I
yeah,
think it's actually great for people. At some point, you want some people to get some, but like for example, no one is buying Medusas. No one is able to buy divine ropes. No one is buying like the mythic war armors. And it's kind of the reason why you had like these excessive amounts being paid. Like all you need to do, in my opinion, or all the community needs to do, is to just dig it a little harder, because like we'll more than likely get there anyways.
yeah. And you may have just touched on some other things. We're always doing little art projects and commissioning different NFT type of stuff. And one of the popular things that we've been doing now, it began with the Artemis drop, where we gave every spacesuit holder um, automatic access to an Artemis variation. And meaning we use the royalty wallet from the project to sweep 30 primates, change those floor primates, change their metadata into the Artemis one, and gave them away to holders, active holders from the spacesuits. They had like 48 hours um, to get them. And then after that, we did some community events and opened it up. So anybody who participated, we watched like 8 hours straight of moon and space related stuff while we watched the Artemis launch, while we did all that. And we took snapshots and gave away an Artemis there and did some other stuff. Then we did the Primeworks, which was a trait collaboration with Medievals with the blessing of Candy. Candy allowed us to use their background traits. And we
Nice.
commissioned Ataul to make the Morgoth's cloak armor trait for primates, as well as an orc mouth traits and some different skins. And I personally put together, I think it was close to 30 unique Primeworks, and used that as a gift if you held a orc and a primate, then you automatically got entered into a raffle to get one of these. And for the primates whales as well, if they held X number of primates and at least one medieval, then you got to do it. So the cool thing is we ended up getting about 10 people buying medievals and 2 orcs, I think, that didn't have medievals prior. And we got about 20 plus. I think we had 25 medievals holders that had never bought a primate that scooped up a primate. And so it turned out to be a really beautiful collection. And these are going to have their own special kind of little utility in a future thing that we're doing that's going to be also in collaboration with Yorks. But this is one fun way that we just keep the community engaged with art and with collectibles. We eliminate a percentage of floors by like sweeping them as a project. We update the metadata and we create, in this case, a different species. With the basketball, it will be a different category. With the Artemis was a different category. And each of these different categories could be open towards little specialized utilities in the future, which makes it fun. So everybody likes floors getting swept. And here we're not just burning those, we are creating little exclusive collections within our collection rather than, I can't stand the idea of watering down the main collection, excuse me, by launching 15 extra collections. I've always hated launching extra collections. Here, everything we do is going to be within the main collection.
I think that's fair. I think like I don't know. Like let's say at some point, let's say if like you own like an NFT collection to where like the prices are so high that you just like to get more people attracted to the ecosystem. I kind of get that point of view. I do. But if anything, not right here, not right now. I don't see like the point.
Yeah. It's interesting. It could be done well. I mean, when D-Gods was at a absolutely inaccessible price point, when it would reach the 900 soul floor price that nobody wants to think about anymore, everybody needs to repress those memories. But I understand you are so insanely popular that creating Utes and the Ute list, the way they went about that was a masterclass. It was extraordinary. It was a very special time in the NFT space. A historic event, unhistoric event in the Solana space. However, if you actually aren't going to do anything to develop that, there was so much promise for that IP and so many promises made. It was very unfortunate to see it just absolutely abandoned with zero of the initial promises being made. So it was disappointing. But I understand in that unicorn scenario, that 1 in a million event, that you have an IP so powerful that it's 900 soul and everybody on earth wants it. And it's 25,000 USD per NFT floor price. Cool. We're going to do something really special to invite new people in. Brilliant. Outside of that one unicorn perfect scenario, I think it's a terrible idea. 99.999% of the time, I think I hate it personally.
I think you're completely right. Like, and let's just call it what it is. Like 9 out of 10 times, like it's a cash grab, right?
It's a cash grab. Yeah, it's a money grab. It's basically saying we need more money, and we ran out.
Yeah, I mean,
we never ran out of money because we never had money. So we've been at this perpetual state of just figuring out as we go. But guess what? You can do stuff, and we've been doing stuff nonstop for the last year, and we are really excited to share some of that. You know, the whole concept is kind of this month, basketball culture is really one of the purest expressions of the concrete jungle for us. So I think that's why we wanted to start with that. And it's well aligned with the NBA popularity right now. And it's because it's what Fia and I know. We know basketball more than we know skating or soccer. Neither of us grew up skating or playing soccer. I learned how to do an ollie when I was younger, but then if I were to try to do that now, I'd break my ankle. But bottom line is Primates has a real future and a really unique identity. So we're trying to build a cool culture. I think we've got one within the Web3 space, and it's growing every day. We're getting some new people coming in that are really matching our vibe, our the vibe of the community. We're getting some amazing members the last couple months, new people that are actually contributing and excited to share in what we're doing. But I think we have an enormous opportunity in the Web2 space to create a brand and a culture around this art and really highlight everything that Atul does. So I'm excited to get him locked up as an exclusive artist for us, because right now he is working with other big brands. In fact, he is doing some art for a global brand related to the World Cup.
Wow.
So he is actually doing some extraordinary things, but he is absolutely loves Primates. He loves apparel. He's working hand in hand with what we're doing. He's actually got connections with 2 premium boutiques in Colombia that he is going to help manage the distribution side of things over there. And he is giddy.
Interesting.
He is giddy about that because he has sold some merch back there for some of the art that he's done, but he wants nothing more than to be full-time on Primates. So we're hoping to make that dream a reality, and we get that signed up, we get that locked up, and it'd be pretty incredible.
Nice, man. I mean, like, well, I mean, like, I think it's fair to say you guys been cooking.
We've been cooking. We've been busy. We've been in the kitchen.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, like, that's quite the mouthful, right? I think like it's very refreshing to see like these NFT brands actually like expanding rather than just like toning things down and just like decreasing activity. If anything, like you guys are well increasing activity, and I think down the line it will more than likely translate well, right? I think it's a great option to well get more. I think like it's quite aggressive customer acquisition at the end of the day. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, and I'm excited for the customer acquisition on the Web2 side of things. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have some really nice, profitable strategies for our distributor partners. We're going to be very selective with who we partner with, and right now, everybody that we have are people that we meaning we or our holders, our top holders that we've been in relationships with for years now, have personal relationships with. So Australia, Coach Fee is friends with someone in Louisiana that has a very premium upscale boutique that actually tested out our Primates shirts initially. And funny thing was, they actually liked them and sold them, and then they got returned because they had the bright idea to put the F word right in the main part of the shirt, right in the front. And you can't wear that in high school. You can't. You get kicked out. So some of the younger, some of the younger people that bought it brought it back. Some guys that bought it, like my kid is reading cursive, and all of a sudden they came and I can't have this. And so, but at least the artwork on the back, even though it was Web3 related, they have no idea what the DGen coin flip is or the Ketson Krek or the Solana Money Boys. Nobody has any idea what these things are, but the art was so beautiful that they were still buying them. And so we've done a little proof of concept. We're showing these shirts and showing the design here, the sports related designs. People are freaking out. So it's going to be nice to pilot test it in a very small handful where we can control the quality, the messaging, support with the marketing, and kind of prove our concept. And then we can expand a little bit here and a little bit there. So a lot to look forward to in that end. And I know for our holders and for myself, all we care about is we want to be able to wear the shirts ourselves. So we're hoping to, well, we've got our plan for when and dates and all that stuff for when all of that's going to be ready. So a lot to come. We've got this month for the postseason basketball month. And then next month, we've got another month of sporting events, but also we have our 4-year anniversary and the 1-year anniversary of Fee and I taking over. So we're going to be busy, really busy for a while.
Nice. Last but not least, will you guys also have like your web shop to where like NFT enjoy or like NFT holders or anyone can just like order it?
So yes, we will. And we're also partnered with Solana Spaces. So from a Web3 side, we are still undetermined whether we will have our own Web3 online shop or whether we will simply allow that to go through Solana Spaces. And it's going to depend on their capacity to stock inventory and do fulfillment. And whether if they want to do that, that would be a dream for us because we get to support a brand that we love within Solana ecosystem, and
Mm,
help them make a little bit of money, and at the same time remove the burden of having to do fulfillment from our end. So we're going to figure that out. We are going to have our own fulfillment side on the Web3 side of things, but or on the Web2 side of things. So you'll be able to buy it on that website. But certainly for NFT holders, for Web3 people, you're going to want to be able to, verify your assets before you buy and take advantage of discounts and stuff like that. So
nice.
yeah, we are going to have completely two different. What we're doing is basically the Web3 side of things, the whole NFT holder side. They are going to know everything we're doing on the Web2 side. They're going to have access to everything we're doing on the Web2 side. The Web2 side, the normies, we're not sharing anything about the crypto stuff with them. There's not going to be any
Yeah.
mention of the NFTs. And that's another thing. We've got King James within our Discord that is also a developer and a UI expert, and he has created our Web3 website. So he and Bob have been working together to make sure that the branding is consistent for the Web2 version and the Web3 version. The Web3 version is also going to integrate within the lab and everything we're doing from an NFT standpoint, including the merch, when we come down to it, if we're doing it. So we're going to have our own separate website for Web3 launching very soon. And we're going to have the Web2 website, which launches today. And we'll be posting a tweet once the domain servers get connected to the actual URL.
Awesome, man. I mean, like, Sensei, like, we've been going on for like an hour and like 45 minutes. Like, you tell me, like, have we been through everything? Are there still some stones left unturned, if you will?
I mean, there's a lot of stones left unturned, but we're going to leave those unturned for a little bit. We've probably hinted at enough, but the idea is we're creating kind of a little culture thing, and everything that I'm going to say is going to sound corny or cliche, right? We're building a culture here, Primates. We're not just about Floyd Pride. But
you gotta risk being corny.
Yeah, well, I'm plenty corny, but I mean, it is kind of true when you think about it, and it happens organically. That's one of the things that new projects struggle with, but the pleasure is all mine, BRS, and absolutely. Thank you for all that you do and have done for our community. So it is corny and cliche, but it is true. And we do have a culture within Primates ecosystem, and it does overlap because a lot of us, I mentioned in the very beginning of the call, nobody really has time unless you're a total, comic book guy from The Simpsons that's not doing anything. Nobody really has time for more than 2 or 3, maybe 4 main communities that they're going to be a part of. And I think everybody has their one primary one. But we have had a substantial overlap with a very small handful of communities that seem to share a very similar culture. And it's nice having these people come in. Hugo, our GOAT, our OG, who's helping, he's redesigned his lab. He's going to have Misfits come on. I know you had Hugo on recently. See, these are just, Primates has some brilliant people in it. And Hugo's going to be dropping his Misfits here very soon, and Primates holders and Mids holders all have whitelists. But it is cool having, seeing a lot of members from some of the other communities that I love, like the Medievals and Rogues and other stuff, kind of join together and come in. And we've got a lot of D-Gods and Geckos and other projects that I madly respect that are all involved. And you do kind of create a culture. The fun thing is going to be, we've already established that. We've been around for 4 years now, next month. So I think we've earned that OG kind of status. We were here for the early days. But now creating a culture in Web 2, in a place that has no concept of our NFTs, has no desire to, would be completely disgusted to learn about anything that we have anything to do with NFTs. But the art is so incredible. And I think the messaging of the concrete jungle kind of bringing every culture, every socioeconomic status, everything down together to when you're kids, you're growing up playing outside. You're playing these different sports, whatever sport you grew up playing, you played it in the streets. And I think we get to create a culture around the apparel in Web 2. And I'm excited to do that because I don't think, I don't have the confidence that I'd be able to do that myself, even with my experience in merchandise, in sales, in distribution. But Ataul's art is so special. It's so unique, in my opinion, that I think we have an opportunity to really create a successful Web 2 lifestyle brand, apparel, stick with what we know. And that opens the doors for a lot of other cool things that we want to do. But I think it's a testament really to Ataul, our artist, and none of us would be doing anything around this brand if it wasn't for his art. So he's not going to be listening to this because it's not in Spanish and it's not translated, but kudos to him because he is very, very special.
All kudos to Ataul. Actually, I have like one question. Tell me very briefly about the production process, where is it being produced, etc., etc.
So everything is being produced it depends. But I will say 90% of what's produced is produced in China. And that comes across negatively. I wish we were doing more manufacturing in the United States, but not us. I'm saying in general. Plushies, 100% in the world, 99.99 are made in China. Toys, 99.999% of toys are made in China. Hats, 99.99999% are made in China. Even the American brands that claim they manufacture in the United States, no, I've been to the plants in China. They make them there, they send them in pieces, and they assemble the percentage that is required to be assembled so that they could say it's made in America, but it's not. And there are, I think a few months ago, it was going viral on Twitter that some of these world famous high-end luxury Italian brands actually made in China, and then they bring them to Italy where they stitch up the last steps, and now it's considered made in Italy. So it's not a negative. What I do is, because of my experience in merchandising, or in creating apparel, I should say, I source the raw materials myself, and those raw materials I get from whatever country actually is the expert or the leader in that. So I might get my organic cotton in a different place that I'm getting my satin for the hoodie liners, or the fleece and the different levels of pile, the different height of the pile on the fleece and different materials. I get the raw materials myself. And the reason I do that, it's also why I have, higher MOQs, is because working with China, even if it's a top-end manufacturer, and this is where experience comes in, you can work with a very, very premium manufacturer and pay top dollar for a sample made with the best materials. Now you spend $20,000 on bulk manufacturing, and they arrive and they substituted everything with absolute horseshit quality, really bad quality product. And you're saying, what happened? I just did this. Good luck. You have no recourse. There's nothing legal that you can do. So what I've done is I have, over the last decade plus, established some very trusted relationships, visited the people that I work with, seen the production facilities, and even still, consider this a little obsessive compulsive, or you could consider it controlling or hyper controlling or whatever. I still don't trust, and so I want to buy my materials, and I have my materials shipped to the manufacturer so that there is never a question that what I paid for and what we sampled is going to be exactly the same. Now, even there, the number of manufacturers you have to have, I have one manufacturer that just makes my zippers. So I can do custom color zippers. I have one that does my rubber emblems, which I can use for hats.
Mm.
I didn't make this hat. This is a Dallas Mavericks hat. I just love the script, and I'm going to be making a Primates version of this because I love this freaking hat. The style. Ignore the team if you don't like the Mavs, but Cooper flag, whatever's cool. So I just like the hat, and I kind of collect hats if you couldn't tell.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I have rubber emblem manufacturer. I have my experts in woven tags. So I get my woven tags from one manufacturer that I trust. And you have to kind of compartmentalize and create these relationships. And that's why you will sometimes have some founders that go and try to make some apparel. They show a great sample and everybody's excited. And then they never drop the merch and they took people's money and you're wondering what's up. It's because all of a sudden it's horseshit quality. And this happens even to big companies. Bethesda, a video game manufacturer that made Fallout, a fantastic series that I love, they had a huge controversy come up like 7-8 years ago when they launched their game, and in the promotional photographs, the limited edition, special edition version of the Fallout game had this awesome canvas bag that you were going to get. And then it comes out and it's this cheap little nylon 10-cent, like one of those like one of the bags that has the strings on it that you just throw your shoes in, that people give away as promotional freebie items. It was cheaper quality than that, but in the promotional material it was a beautiful canvas bag, and people were paying $200 $250 for this limited edition, and then they get a 10-cent bag. And so it turned out that's exactly what happened with them. It's what I assumed had happened. The manufacturer gave them a great sample and then sends them garbage quality. And this is a very, very expensive company, a high revenue generating company. I don't know how much Bethesda's worth, but it's worth a lot. And even they are not.
I know them. I know them for sure.
Yeah, and even they are not free from the risks involved with dealing with international manufacturing. So it's never a guarantee, but I like to control as many variables as humanly possible to ensure that it's a very premium product. And I've got experience in doing so. So, yeah, we don't ship anything that's not really, we don't ship anything that I wouldn't be comfortable with my wife seeing at Nordstrom's and being like, yeah, that's really nice.
Fair. I mean, dude, I think like we pretty much like discussed anything and everything. I think like it's great that you're doing it like the way you're doing it with regards to like ensuring quality, etc. I think that makes a lot of sense, and hence it's like the reason I asked. All sense said, like thanks for coming on, brother. I had a blast. I hope you had too. Like we had like 204 people tuning in right here right now, which is like quite a decent number.
Yeah, it's a great number.
Right.
Love you too, Evergreen. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much for the invite. Really appreciate you giving us this venue to share some of what we're building.
Of course, yeah. I mean, like, pleasure is mine, man. I would say like on to the next one, because like I can only imagine that like sometime soon you guys are gonna show off the next kind of sports you're gonna highlight, right?
I don't know.
Maybe. Well, let's see.
Yeah, maybe we're already working on that.
Who knows, right? There's no way of telling, really.
No, exactly. No, we're going to take the royalty wallet and we're going to rug right after this. I think there are like 5 sales during this, so we're going to take those $15 and...
Yeah, I was going to say, like, enjoy those $15. It might get you like 2 beers nowadays, right? So,
man, where are you shopping? That'd be half-price beers. Maybe during happy hour.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, like Sensei, thank you for like hopping on. To anyone like listening in, appreciate you guys listening in. Tomorrow somewhere I'm gonna be like live streaming, but for next week we got like a whole bunch of like cool names coming on. Sensei, like thank you for tuning in, and on to the next one, brother.
Thanks for everything, buddy, and keep up the great work, man. Your show is just getting better every single time. And I know I told you I listen to this. I've got Y Files, Joe Rogan, and NFT Cat are what I listen to on my long drives, man. So I'm listening
Appreciate
to
it, man.
hours and hours of your stuff. So appreciate you.
Man, that means a lot. It really does. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Well,
man.
we're purring out. On to the next one, and good luck, brother.
Thanks, buddy.